All right. Welcome back to Barstool Units, episode 41. Uh,
Yes.
I'm Coach Doug's, and with me, as always, Frank the Tank Fleming. Frank, it's been a while. How you doing?
I think I'm about to have my back go out. I'm moving stuff very slowly. I'm gonna have to buy a mover.
Yeah.
I've arranged for the cable to be brought to my new place on the 16th. So either the 15th or the 16th. Preferably the 15th. I'll have movers. I just don't know who to go and hire. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do here.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
trying to move as much stuff as possible. I
yeah.
took a car trip yesterday of my starting lineups. Of course, I locked myself out in Jersey. Jerry had to come through the window
Yeah.
and get
I
my
saw that.
keys.
Yeah. So you asked if he had a fishing pole.
Yes.
Was that a standard whenever you lose your keys in your house, you have a fishing pole?
Well, I thought I could reach it with my snow brush, but my snow brush fell about 10 feet short. So I figured if he had a fishing pole, I could try to fish him out the window because they were only right here.
Yeah.
They're on this filing cabinet, which is only about maybe 15 feet from the window.
And so you figured you and Jersey Jerry would hang out in your parking lot as you fished for your keys.
Yes.
Did the thought cross your mind that, oh, I can just have Jerry climb through the window?
The door crossed my mind, but I thought it would be safer with a fishing pole.
That's fair. That's fair. So, well, you got your keys. I saw that you took a trip. It looked like one trip, and you got your top shelf of your closet.
Well, I cleared the top shelf of my closet today,
Mm-hmm.
which had a lot of yearbooks and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I still have a full closet of baseball cards back here. I still have my bobblehead, still have the stuff on the wall. I got to figure out how to get stuff to the apartment over the next 2 days before I go down to Miami. And then when I get back, continue the process. I had to find a mover. I'm trying to find a mover.
Yeah.
I don't know to trust these guys saying that they'll do it for free. I mean,
I think you want somebody who's licensed and
yeah.
insured,
Well,
especially.
I got one. I got one estimate at $750. So I'm going to see if I could get a couple more estimates.
Now, what exactly is that 754? I mean, is that for them to, do they come in and pack your stuff for you?
I don't know. I think so.
Well, you got to, if it's an estimate, they don't just give you a number. You got to know what they're going to do too. So I have to figure that
Well,
out.
I'm hoping that there won't be much stuff for them to pack up.
Yeah. I'm saying
Although it's hard to do on my own.
if you're getting an estimate, make sure you know what the estimate is for.
It's hard to do on my own.
Oh no, I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. No, I mean there is a reason nobody likes moving. Have you asked Keith Hernandez?
Well, pretty much, I need to get my bed, my TV, my TV table, my microwave cabinet, which I'm going to turn into a TV table when I get to my new place. I don't know what I'm going to do with my old TV table. My shelves with the bobbleheads, and I was hoping to try to move the bobbleheads myself, but this is becoming more of an arduous task than I could have imagined. I got
Yeah.
boxes. I bought the wrong size boxes. I bought big boxes. So I got 10 really big boxes, 5 medium boxes. And
Yeah.
I'm already exhausted.
It's a task. There's a reason people just re-sign their leases rather than moving out. Nobody likes moving.
Yeah, well, it's long overdue.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, Dave or neither Dave nor Dan took you up on your cash out early offer, and Arizona has lost.
Yes, Arizona's lost.
So no new.
I mean, I did that ending play in the end zone. Oof.
Yeah. Well, I mean, ending play in the end zone. I think Dave has. I don't. Well, I don't. I'm no. I was going to say I think Dave has forgotten that I am an FSU grad. I'm an FSU guy, but I think that would give myself too much credit. I don't think Dave knows I'm an FSU guy, and I was really close to tweeting him. He had the FSU plus 9.5, and on the
So did I.
final play, the touchdown to make it 10. So Dave tweeted about it. I think he lost like 100,000 on that play, and I was this close. I was this close to tweeting to him and like apologizing and saying I'm sorry. And I thought to myself, he probably doesn't know. Like I don't want the smoke that Big Ev gets like with Ohio State and Michigan. I don't want that. So
well, Ohio State, Michigan, that's an epic battle. Did you see the Ohio State band this week?
No, what happened?
They did a tribute to Sesame Street.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things they had was Oscar the Grouch. And they had like the band making the had like the garbage can, and then they had like a whatchamacall, they crumpled up a Michigan flag and threw it in the garbage can, and Oscar the Grouch like flung it back out of the garbage can.
He doesn't want that in his house.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's like they're always taking shots at each other.
Yeah.
And of course, Michigan losing to Michigan State.
Yeah, it was rough. So yeah, so I'm glad that I'm glad that I'm not.
You know what I love about Jim Harbaugh is how Michigan is like undefeated against teams that are not in the top 10 and undefeated against non-rivals.
Yeah.
But against rivals and teams in the top 10, they are winless. They have not won a single game.
Not one.
Michigan has not beaten a rival or a top ranked team since Jim Harbaugh's been there. They lose every year to Michigan State now. Michigan State's won like 5 of the last 7 games against Michigan.
Yeah.
The Ohio State's won like 11 straight against Michigan. I mean, at a certain point, Jim Harbaugh is going to have to answer to this.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking if an FSU coach won even 8 or 9 games a season, but every year lost to like Miami and Florida and Clemson, that would be a problem.
Yeah, every year. That's and if Penn State's good, they'll end up losing to Penn State too. But every year Michigan is they're winning 7-8 games, and they're losing to Michigan State, they're losing to Ohio State, and they're losing to Penn State, and sometimes even Wisconsin.
It's got to be rough.
I mean, and when they played Notre Dame a few years ago, they lost to Notre Dame.
Yeah. It's rough, Frank. It's rough. Listen, I know what it's like. You know, I mean, as an FSU fan, you know, I'm in the trenches right now. I'm in the trenches. There's and
Clemson's not good this year. I really
that's the hard part is that even though FSU sucks this year, there was a good chance we could have won that game.
I mean, the last 2 weeks, I've lost $20 on Florida State. Yeah. I mean, I didn't think they'd beat UMass by 50, and they ended up winning by like what, 52?
I think the final score is like 53-0 or something like that.
Yeah. Or? Well, I didn't think they'd beat anyone by 30 points.
Yeah. Well, I mean, after they lost to Jacksonville State, I don't blame you.
Yeah. I mean, it's not that I didn't think Florida State was going to lose the game. I just saw 35 points there, and I went, "Give it to me."
yeah, exactly. Like how could that lose?
How could I pass up 35 points?
Yeah, I hear you. Well, that's
and then I know Clemson's kind of stunk it up, so I figured, hey, you know, I think they could keep that in single digits.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, last fucking play of the game.
And that's where it gets you. That's where it gets you, because I mean, it could have easily been a 3-point game or a 4-point game.
And of course, the Dolphins are stinking it up every week. You know, they had a chance to have the lead at halftime last week against the Bills. And for some reason, Mike Gesicki was in motion while Tua's in the shotgun and goes in front of the quarterback and gets hit in the back of the head with the snap. I mean, it's all inspiring incompetence that the Dolphins are and I'm going to go down and watch that shit.
Yeah, well, Frank, because I'm your friend, I'm giving up. I could easily go watch the Jaguars play in Jacksonville this weekend, but because I'm your friend, I'm going with you to Miami, and I will miss what I'm sure is going to be a great game when Buffalo comes to Jacksonville this Sunday.
Oof. Well, I was originally gonna go to 2 games, but I think it's best to not watch that Ravens Dolphins game. I think small animals are gonna be harmed. Children are gonna be told to hide.
It'll be that bad.
Oh, it's gonna be ugly.
Yeah. The last time Buffalo, I think it was the last time Buffalo came to Jacksonville was the 2017 playoff game.
And that was a scintillating game, let me tell you.
Yeah. Ended with the Jalen Ramsey interception. Those were the good days. I was looking at it. Frank, we're pretty much in the same position as far as our NFL teams go. I mean, one win. I tweeted out earlier. I said I might prefer to be winless than have the one win be against a Miami team that's not great and that only came off of a last-second field goal. Well, I mean, if we're not going to be a contender and we're not going to be progressing at all, I'd rather just lose the game and get a higher draft pick.
Well, that's not an option for the Dolphins. They traded their draft pick. They traded down, then traded up, and then traded this year's pick so they could trade back up.
Frank, I've been saying I've been saying that I need to do this, and I will do this. I'm going to do like a tutorial video on what happened. I got to do my research, and I got to do like a TED talk on what exactly happened with those trade picks.
The Dolphins traded the.
I know what happened.
The number 3 pick. They traded the number 3 pick down to get 12, and then they traded back up to. Now they got the 49ers pick this year, which is going to be like 25th.
Yeah,
and then they traded back up from 12 to 6 to draft Jalen Waddle, and gave up their own pick to the Eagles, which will probably be the 2nd or 3rd overall pick.
Yeah. That's rough. That's rough.
If they don't win on Sunday, if they don't beat the Houston Texans, they're going to go 1-16.
Yeah.
I mean, the Deshaun Watson trade is dead for now. Its trade deadline was today.
Yep.
It looked like the Dolphins were talking to Deshaun Watson yesterday that they basically want his legal shit cleared.
Well, that wasn't going to happen by November 2nd.
Yeah, I know. So essentially, that trade is going to happen in one of these days. If Deshaun Watson is cleared, don't be surprised if the Dolphins end up getting Deshaun Watson leading up to the draft.
He did say that was where he wanted to go, right? He because he has that option in his contract.
The
right?
Dolphins were the only team he cleared his non-trade offer for.
Yeah. Well, I think
if Deshaun Watson doesn't go to jail, he's going to Miami.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I mean, if he doesn't go to jail and all that gets cleared up, I think a lot more people may be interested in him.
Yeah, but the Dolphins are the ones who are basically have already contacted him, had preliminary discussions with him, and I think that's going to eventually what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And the Dolphins are in such a fucked up place because of how bad Tua has turned out to be.
Yeah. Do you think Tua is redeemable at all?
No.
No.
He cannot throw the ball more than 10 yards.
Just nip
everything is a dump off. Every throw is a dump. He cannot throw, and the line doesn't help him. He has no time to throw. The Dolphins' offensive line is an utter joke.
Do you think getting an offensive line would help, or do you think it's just time to move on?
Well, they have drafted 7 offensive linemen. Not one of them is good. The thing you need to do is you need to fire the general manager. You need to when the players you're picking are stinking, then you got to fire the picker.
Yeah.
I mean, every week it's offensive, and it's not just that they just are terrible at blocking. They get penalties out the ass.
Yeah, and that's probably the most frustrating thing is I can deal with a team being better than you, more physically able to compete. I can't deal with the nonsense little penalties here and there that just kill you on a drive.
I mean, and every time they make a big play, you see the flag on the play. Holding, false start, the illegal man downfield. It's a disgrace.
Now, what was it? Was it the Dolphins that had 12 men on the field in multiple plays?
Yep.
I mean, how does that happen?
Because right now the team's just completely discombobulated.
Yeah.
And now they're playing the Texans, a team that's awful. I mean, I look at Davis Mills. He is one of the 5 worst quarterbacks I've ever seen.
Worse than Ben DiNucci? A tough one.
I put him in the same class as Greg Lahan, Bobby Hoying, and Nathan Peterman.
Yeah. Now,
yeah, there actually was a quarterback about 20-something years ago for the San Diego Chargers. The Chargers went like 1-15, traded their draft pick, traded down. They ended up drafting number 5 instead and picked LaDainian Tomlinson, and then drafted a quarterback with the first pick in the second round named Drew Brees.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to talk about drafting.
Yeah.
And of course, Drew Brees didn't quite. It took him a while to develop. I don't think Tua is ever going to develop. I mean, especially with this offensive line.
Well, I mean, I don't remember it that well off, but I don't believe Drew Brees looked terrible.
I mean, the fact that what just unnerves me is that he cannot throw the ball more than 10 yards.
Now you're saying he's physically incapable, or the play calling is not a calling.
I have yet to see him connect on a pass of more than 10 yards in the air.
I mean, Tom Brady rarely throws the ball more than 10 yards, right?
But everything's a dump off. Especially he dumps off to Jalen Waddle. He jumps off to Myles Gaskin. Myles Gaskin picks the ball up and brings it back to the huddle. Myles Gaskin, who, by the way, this year is averaging 0.9 yards per carry. Quality back.
It's not too bad.
Yeah, nice 0.9 yards.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 9 inches in a cloud of dust.
It's great for goal line stances.
Oh, on goal line stances, he's averaging 17 yards lost. Myles I thought Kalen Ballage was garbage. Myles Gaskin makes me miss Kalen Ballage.
Frank, the question on everyone's mind, with Miami being so terrible, obviously you're coming down for your first Miami game. You're hoping for a win.
They're playing the Texans and Davis Mills. Davis Mills looks like E.T. Look at that neck of his. Phone home. Davis Mills, phone home.
So are you predicting? So this weekend you're flying down. So you're flying down to Jacksonville Friday. We're going to head down to Miami on Saturday. Your predictions for this weekend?
The Dolphins better fucking win. Otherwise, they're going to go 1-16.
So they'll either win this week and go 2-15.
If they win this week, they might go 4-13.
Yeah, you think this gives them some motivation?
Yeah, I mean they got the Jets coming up. I mean they got to split those games.
I mean, I don't know. The Jets look pretty good with what's the new quarterback, White?
I mean, where the fuck did they find that guy? I mean, seriously.
I'm pretty sure he was drafted by Dallas a few years back.
I mean, seriously. How could the Dolphins just keep fucking missing? I mean, Cleo Lemon, the AJ Feely, Jay Fiedler, who actually wasn't bad.
Yeah.
I mean, Ryan Trashy Hill, and then he becomes good when he goes to Tennessee. Of course, we had the Adam Gase to thank for that, the quarterback whisperer.
Yeah. Don't forget Chad Henne.
Chad Henne, dangling at Chad Henne.
That is such a Florida specific joke. I think are you talking about hanging chads?
Yes.
Okay. That's so Florida. Speaking of Florida elections, New Jersey governor race going on right now. Are we going to have a New Jersey governor?
I don't know. The race is a lot tighter than expected.
Yeah.
Of course, they haven't found all the ballots that are being held in advance by the U.S. Postal Service. 3 o'clock in the morning, those votes, that vote surge seems to happen every time.
Yeah. Well, I just thought I haven't paid attention to it at all. But speaking of government agencies, did you see what Elon Musk getting into it on Twitter with the UN World Food Program director?
There is no greater corrupt organization in the world than the United Nations.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously. When I look at the United Nations, I picture Obi-Wan saying that there's never a greater the place of villainy. Or
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, the UN literally is the Mos Eisley spaceport.
Yeah. Corruption and villainy is out or something like that.
I mean,
Well, so basically, the director of the World Food Program had an interview with CNN and said, "Hey, for only $6 billion," and he called out Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos and said, if they would just give a small portion of their wealth, and to his credit, Elon Musk is worth like $300 billion, so 2% is $6 billion. He said he could solve world hunger. Now, he later on came out and said, no, he didn't say he could solve world hunger. It said he could help solve world hunger. But or either way, he basically said that if Elon Musk would be as generous to give up 2% of his wealth, that he could save 42 million lives. So Elon Musk said, hey, that's a pretty good deal. So if you'll just tell me how you're going to spend the $6 billion and how it's going to actually do what you say it's going to do, I'll sell the Tesla stock right now. And of course, the guy, I mean, I don't know if you've ever dealt with, friends from high school trying to get you into like a multi-level marketing scheme or a pyramid scheme.
yeah.
Elon said straight up, hey, I'll give you the $6 billion. All you have to do is show me where the money is going to go to and how it's going to do what you're saying. And the guy said, I'd love to meet with you. I'd love to meet.
There was two things happened in the 80s. And they're both actually a few things happened in the 80s in terms of hunger and the African famine, specifically Ethiopia.
Mm-hmm.
We had Band-Aid, which was Do They Know It's Christmas Time, which actually led into Live Aid.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, we had We Are the World.
We are the world. That one?
Yep.
And we are the children.
And Band-Aid raised a lot of money. We Are the World raised a lot of money.
Yeah.
Live Aid raised a lot of money. They sent the food to Ethiopia, and it rotted on the ports because the corrupt government wouldn't hand it out.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, it's not a matter of there's not being enough food. It's a distribution issue.
It's always been. And when you have corrupt governments in these places, I mean, that's what happens in these. Every place where there's like famine and starving, there is somebody who is just a crook.
Yeah. There's powerful people that are going to use their power, but yeah, well, so yeah, you're absolutely right. Well, that's a big thing. It's not just a matter of the money that's going to this program. It's not it's meant to not just go to that, but it's also meant to help with migration issues and local governments. But anyway, Elon Musk pretty much told the guy, "Hey, listen, you tell me where the money's going to go to, and I'll give you $6 billion."
Yeah, well, they're not going to tell you because what it means is the World Food Police there in the UN, they're going to give $1 to the food, $1 to themselves,
Yeah.
$2 to the food, $2 to themselves. It's just so corrupt.
Yeah, and so if it wasn't about world hunger and like millions of people possibly dying of starvation, it would be funny. But the guy pretty much you can't call out Elon Musk on Twitter saying like, hey, I want $6 billion And then when Elon Musk says a simple request, you don't tell him where the money's going to go. He put the UN into a pickle. Like, hey, you say you want to solve world hunger, let's solve world hunger. And yeah, just it's not going to happen. They're not going to show their books.
And they never will. They never do.
Nope. When are people going to learn you can't come after these kind of people on Twitter? Elon Musk is good at Twitter. It'd be like going after Lane Kiffin. Lane Kiffin is good at Twitter. Don't come at him on Twitter.
It's just, I mean, the UN, it just cannot be trusted. Ever.
No. Well, so I guess, so New Jersey had their governor race. New York had their governor race as well.
Mayor.
Oh, mayor. It was a New York City mayor race. That was right. And did the guy with 17 cats win?
No, he didn't. He tried to bring his cat into the polling place.
I saw. And they told him he couldn't bring it in. And then I guess his girlfriend or his wife started yelling at a pollster.
Curtis Sliwa, and I like Curtis Sliwa. He is a strange bird.
Yeah. It's one of those things where you're like, this isn't real life. The guy walking into a polling booth with a.
No one would ever imagine him 40 years ago running for mayor. I mean, this is a guy who was started the Guardian Angels, who are basically guys that wear red berets, and used to follow old people home, walk old people home when New York was extremely a much more dangerous place.
Yeah. So who's the new mayor?
Eric Adams.
Eric Adams.
Yeah. Former cop, then he became like a borough president. Typical.
Yeah.
Path to the mayor in New York.
All right. Well, we'll see.
I mean, it's hard to imagine him being worse than De Blasio.
Yeah. It's wild. Well, back to sports. The Braves won the World Series.
Do you realize that the Braves were getting ready to have a basically fold up their tents and give up on the season?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
the Mets had a 5-game series. The Mets led the Braves by 5 games going into that 5-game series. And the Mets scored a total of 4 runs in that 5-game series.
Honestly, that's surprising. I would expect the number to be lower.
Well, we actually went to 2 of those games.
Yeah.
And it was some of the worst, most excruciating baseball I've ever seen in person.
And I cheer for the Braves. I did not care if they lost those games. Like, those games were just miserable to watch. I was happy that that it was a doubleheader, because I could not have sat through 4 more innings.
Yeah, you're glad it was a 7-inning doubleheader.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was 7-7, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I couldn't have done 2 9-inning games with the baseball they were playing.
There was 3 total runs scored in those 2 games.
That was, I remember that was my first time at Citi Field, and I was like, I don't know if I like baseball anymore.
That's how I experienced this whole baseball season.
Yeah.
And of course, the Mets are just inept in every way possible, trying to hire somebody. Nobody wants to work for them. People interview and then come running out screaming.
Is that so? I've heard that I guess multiple people now have basically just straight up said, "I'm not interested."
Right.
Like, they don't even want to be a part of a solution.
Yeah, they actually talked to a guy who is a working is an intern, not being paid. The Mets interviewed him, and he came out screaming the horror, and he's actually now going to a monastery.
That's so I mean, what are they going to do, Frank?
They're probably going to have the same fucking idiots that have run the team for the last fucking 40 years, and nothing's going to fucking change.
Is that the Sandy guy? Sandy is Alderman?
Alderson.
Alderson. I always want to say Alderman. So Sandy Alderson is probably going to stay in position, and what, his son will be the manager?
Yep, and his son's an idiot.
Well, it wasn't the Mets season. Who
And
could?
now they're thinking about hiring Brad Ausmus, who basically says that in theoretics, winning is not necessarily important.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that. I mean, winning isn't everything. That is a saying. People do say that.
Yeah, well, this guy's is an egghead Ivy Leaguer.
Well, I mean, who could have guessed that, the Mets it just wasn't their season, I mean, they were in first for so long. Who could have told people that it was, a false hope and that the Mets really weren't that good?
I kept saying it, and I keep saying that they're fucking up this church, and yet KFC says, Uncle Stevie, Uncle Stevie, Uncle Stevie.
Yeah. Now, I heard you and KFC have some kind of bet as far as one of you has to wear the other's shirt. He'll have to wear the Frank was right shirt, and you'll have to wear the shut the fuck up Frank shirt.
Oh, he'll definitely be wearing my shirt.
And so, what exactly was the bet? Where
the Mets off season is going to be an absolute dumpster fire.
So what? I mean, like, what are the requirements? What are the parameters of the bet?
No improvements.
So it's very subjective.
Yeah.
So you both so there's a chance you both say there's a chance he has a positive outlook and you have a realist outlook.
Yeah. Well, when Javier Baez isn't re-signed, when the Mets don't make any improvements, I'll be proven right. When Marcus Stroman leaves, when they don't resign, bring back Noah Syndergaard, yeah, I'll be proven much right.
Do you think Baez is going to leave?
Yes.
I thought he wanted to play with Lindor.
The Mets, he actually wants to make money.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, you can't do both.
Yeah, the Mets are going to have a discount winter.
Yeah. So what? So I mean, the bet has to be won by somebody. So if it's going to be subjective that the Mets have a bad offseason, is it do you have to wear that shirt to opening day, or like where does the shirt have to be worn, and who's going to be the ultimate?
We'll see. We'll figure that out.
Okay, so it's still a bet in progress.
Yes.
All right. Fair enough. Well, I'm Frank. I tell you what. I mean, the Mets didn't pan out. But you're coming down, and maybe we'll see the Dolphins get a second win.
Well, they better. I mean, seriously, Davis Mills looks like E.T. with that neck.
Is that all you're gauging it on?
Well, he has not won a game yet.
Yeah.
He has not looked good yet.
Yeah.
I mean, they scored 22 points last week to get the fucking backdoor cover. Well, although when I made the pick, it was 14 points, so it didn't affect me. But the spread rose to 16.5, and he got 3 touchdowns and a 2-point conversion. And the final score, they ended up losing by 16 points when they were down 38-0.
Yeah, that's I don't know. Listen. Hey,
Steve, that old song. It is a backdoor cover. Your team has already lost the game. You were underdogs and you're getting your asses kicked, but you find some magic in the fourth. Get 1 score, 2, maybe 3 or 4, and get the backdoor cover. A backdoor cover.
Frank, that reminds me, we have to do a Christmas song again this year.
Yeah, well, hopefully you get up here.
Oh, I will be. Like I said, I was this close to signing a contract in Hoboken, and they were trying to throw all this last minute stuff into the contract. I'm like, if you're trying to throw all these additional charges last minute, and I can't trust you as a landlord. I mean, if you're going to do that before I'm even a tenant, that's just asking for trouble. And I would hate myself for getting into a position that I knew I shouldn't be in.
Well, I know a basement apartment that's 300 square feet that's going to be available soon.
Oh yeah. What's the past tenant like? Did they leave it in good condition?
Well, the wall's crumbling a little bit,
Yeah.
but that's not my fault. That's the air conditioner unit that's leaking into the wall.
Yeah. I'm sure that'd be an issue. Well, so we're having issues and everything. Like I said,
The stove is pretty much. But
Yeah.
usually when people move out, they replace the stoves here.
I think for the safety and well-being of the next tenant, they should probably do that. I mean, there is an open flame.
This stove, that's the new place actually has electric.
That's yeah. Well, welcome to 1994. Like I don't, I don't know. The idea that a stove, unless you're in a kitchen, unless you're in like an industrial kitchen at a restaurant, or just like I guess
I've always had open flames my whole life.
I don't know. Maybe it's just growing up in Florida. We don't,
Yeah, this
we have
oven,
electricity.
This oven, I would say this oven is at least 30 years old.
Yeah.
At least 30 years old.
Well, for I feel like you should probably do something, not to it or anything. Don't break it on purpose, but you should probably just let it be known for the next tenant. Maybe like leave a letter inside the oven for the next tenant, like do not use this. Because I'm sure they probably won't.
I'm sure they're gonna replace it.
All right.
I've seen enough new tenants, and they rip up the carpets. Every time someone moves out of a place that's been there a long time, they rip out the carpets.
Yeah.
And the carpet's in sad shape here.
Yeah. Well, you've been there for how many years?
13 years.
Jeez. Oh my goodness, Frank. You've been in a 350 square foot box for 13 years?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. I tell you what, we really did hit the lottery in 2020. Well, so everything's looking up. You got a new apartment. You're headed down to Miami. We're going to be in Miami. We're going to be not only in Miami, but we'll be in Orlando. Hopefully, the Dolphins we see on Tuesday are much safer, or hopefully we have a much better time with them than the ones on Sunday. But I'm pretty excited. You think we'll get to swim with the Dolphins?
We'll see what we can do. I definitely want to at least shake fins with a dolphin.
That's not a problem. With that, we will definitely interact with some dolphins. Just a matter of for like $100 more, we can get you in a pool with some dolphins.
Yep, I'll bring my swim trunks, and I'm sure we'll do a hot dog review or two.
Oh yeah, with the dolphin. That would actually be pretty funny.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
All right, that sounds good to me. Well, I'm excited. Got you coming down to Florida. Another Florida. I feel like you came down to Florida for the first time like 6 months ago, and this will be like your third or fourth time back already.
Yeah, fourth.
There you go. I'm telling you, people just. I am the only person when I tell people, oh, I'm moving to Jersey, they're like, you mean you're moving from Jersey? So no, I'm moving to Jersey, and they don't understand why. And I'm like, it's a long story. But I'm excited. I'll be in Jersey soon, cheering on our Devils. Frank, before we go, can we talk about this? We talked about it after the last Devils game we went to. How come the Devils can't win a shootout?
They're just bad at it. They had their first shootout on Sunday, and they did not even come close to hitting the net. And tonight they're getting creamed by the Ducks.
Yeah.
And Dougie Hamilton got hurt now, so that's just adding to the woes. They had a late in the game on Sunday. They had a 5-on-3 power play after, of course, the Blue Jackets tied the game with about 5 minutes left. So they had a 5-on-3 power play, and they every time they go on a power play, they want the goal where they have everyone stands up and cheers. It's like a Wes Anderson movie. You ever see these Wes Anderson movies? The most pretentious crap.
I like some Wes Anderson films.
And then they always have like the trailer. It's always the same. The trailer for every Wes Anderson movie looks the same.
Well, I think you could probably say that every Wes Anderson movie is like the same style.
So,
not necessarily the same movie, but the same style.
So basically, the Devil's power play is like a Wes Anderson movie, where they're trying for like the one where all the critics go, like the perfect, prettiest goal ever. So they take 900 passes and no shots.
Yeah. That's frustrating.
So waiting for the just pass. No. Pass. Stolen breakaway, and the power play's gone.
Yeah. So you're saying you would like to see them shoot the puck more.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Maybe not. Maybe take the shot when it's a good shot, not necessarily wait for the perfect shot.
Yeah, they had a 5-on-3 power play. But
well, I posted about it, I tweeted about it, and some people are trying to get me to come over to the Rangers, and I said no. I said I made my decision. I haven't got my jersey yet, but I'm going to be living in New Jersey, and although the Rangers are looking good this season, and although it would be really easy just to walk to Madison Square Garden after work for some games rather than driving to Newark, and they do have red, white, and blue jerseys. You know, they were giving me all these great talking, or great, points. But Frank, when you told me that they kicked out the Americans, I can't do that. So the Devils are my team. I'm a lifelong Devils fan for about 3 weeks now. And, that's how it's going to stay.
Looks like the New Jersey governor race will be going into overtime.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it looks like both are declaring victory. You know how that goes. Yada yada yada.
Yeah, it's all pretentious.
Yeah,
yeah.
But Citarelli has a slight lead with about 80% of the vote in. And we'll see what happens. I mean, this would be a massive upset, considering Murphy was up by 10 in the polls.
Yeah, I guess maybe New Jersey. I guess what do we call ourselves? New Jerseyans, New Jerseyites,
Jerseyans, Jerseyans. I guess
Jerseyans. I guess us Jerseyans actually care about taxes. I don't know. Might just be a wild thing that I thought about, but I don't know. But either way, soon you'll be in Florida where nobody cares about politics. Nobody even talks about politics in Florida. Everything's hunky-dory. Nobody cares. And everyone just lives happily ever after. And hopefully you will too after the game on Sunday. We're going to go to a Miami game, a Dolphins game, Dolphins versus the Texans.
And I've already told people online I'm going, and people told me to walk around and to check out the tailgate. So hopefully we'll find a good tailgate or two before we go in.
You want to walk around in Miami, Frank?
Yeah, walk on the parking lot.
It'll be fun. It'll be fun. And and sports gambling is now legal in Florida. So hopefully the sport book, the Barstool sport book can come to Florida soon. So we're going to be watching some Dolphins, petting some Dolphins, playing some mini golf, going around, raw dog in South Florida, raw dog in Miami. Frank, I'm looking forward to it.
Yep. Find a good couple of spots, maybe one on the way down Saturday.
Oh yeah. Oh, Frank, listen, we're gonna have plenty of time for some good food, some good mini golf, and again, we're gonna interact with some Dolphins.
That's gonna be fun.
I'm excited for it.
I've never actually seen a live dolphin.
They're exactly what you think they are.
I think of them as just like big dogs. They're like,
Just a big dog.
yeah, they're
That's
like sea dogs or something like that. Well, actually, more a manatee's more of a sea dog, but
no,
you know what I'm talking about.
no.
It's like,
Manatee's more of a sea cow.
what am I thinking of? Oh, but they have like a certain amount of intelligence.
Oh yeah, yeah. They're very smart. Some of them are very horny. So hopefully we'll get some good content either way. But that's Barstool Units episode 41. Frank, I will see you on Friday. Please take us out.
What's I already sung a song. I don't need to sing again. Click like and subscribe.